This is Hollywood movie magic, computer-generated fantasy that smacks you right between the eyes. And then there's Dan Torpey's kind of magic. No computers at his workbench, just wood and wire and simple imagination that's not so simple, plus a cat, Loki, that is not made of wood. Dan is the owner, originator, and CEO of Barking Dogs Automata, a line of artistic creations you could call folk art robots.
They go back centuries, and it just seems like people have always wanted to mimic the human motion. Usually I have an idea, and then I'll start sketching it, and then usually I'll work with the body. If it's a person, I'll do the body first, and then I'll start thinking about the mechanism and seeing if I can figure it out.
Figure it out Dan has, ever since making his first automaton several years ago, the barking dog that gave his company its name. Now, Dan makes a whole menagerie to sell to art galleries nationwide. That is, when he's not teaching school, as he has for 14 years. This is the way Dan Torpey's fifth grade classroom at Bick Elementary looks in the summertime. It's empty. But his mind? His mind is full of ideas.
It's called Full Moon. It's evolved where I think I'm going to have a ball sitting at a desk pointing his finger and having the person turning away from me and dropping his drawers. It's something we can all relate to.
Sometimes Dan comes up with an idea in a couple of days. Sometimes it takes him months. But whichever, he knows he's succeeded when one of his toys makes people laugh.
They need to laugh, just give it a little turn. But I have found that people are still fascinated with wood and movement. Once I start making these, I've just fallen in love with them.
And when will Dan Torpey become so bored with his work that he'll run out of ideas? How about when pigs fly? By the way, Dan Torpey's next piece that he's working on is entitled Espresso Man. Little guy's bloodshot eyes spin around as he drinks a cup of coffee. It's really quite amazing. Dan's creation's available at the Kentucky Art and Craft Gallery in downtown